Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Under the Radar, a place where we discuss your favorite basketball players and hoopers inside and outside the NBA. Today's story is about the Filipino magician, the phenom Kiefer Ravena. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why are we discussing the story of Kiefer Ravena? Now, the reason why we're talking about him this week, ladies and gentlemen, because Kiefer and 30 are currently leading and placing Philippine basketball on the map with his fellow Filipinos in the Japanese B League or Japan. And how did Mr. Kiefer become the player that he is today? Now that question is going to be answered in today's video. Now, let's roll the clock a bit. Kiefer Isaac Crisolongo Rivera was born on October 27, 1993 in Iloilo City, Philippines. Kiefer is the son of a former PBA player and coach, Bong Ravena, and his mom is also an athlete and former volleyball player for UST and Mozzie Ravena. As we all know, he has one younger brother in Mr. 30 Ravena, who is also a very well-known hooper in the Philippines, and he is also currently playing in Japan for the Sana Neo Phoenix. His sister is also an athlete, so come on, if you have two athlete parents, you need to become an athlete. So, his sister Danny Ravena actually played volleyball for Ateneo as of right now. Mr. Kiefer actually started his whole entire basketball career in Ateneo de Manila High School, where he was included on the Ateneo Blue Eaglets team in the UAP Juniors Division. He was actually the first person to play on the Team A of the Blue Eaglets during his freshman year. He led the Blue Eaglets to 3 consecutive championships during his last 3 years with the team, against the FEU Baby Tamaraws during Season 71, DSLU Junior Archers in Season 72, and the UST Tiger Cubs during his final season in high school in 73. While he was still eligible for the juniors level, he won 2 consecutive finals MVP awards, and he was part of the juniors mythical team for 2 consecutive years. Soon after the 73rd season of the UAP ended, many schools wanted Kiefer to play for their seniors basketball team, aka college, but he eventually decided to stay loyal with Mr. Ateneo. So, Mr. Kiefer here ended up playing college for Ateneo, their seniors, team, the Ateneo Blue Eagles. During his stay with Ateneo, Mr. Kiefer here led the Eagles to 4 Final Four appearances in 2011, 2012, 2014, and 2015, including 2 UAP titles in both 2011 and 2012. He led Ateneo to 2 PCCL runner-up finishes in both 2011 and 2012. Aside from that, he also led the Eagles to their first championship in the Phil Oil Flying V Cup preseason tournament Haynes Cup in 2011, while leading them to a 3rd place finish in the same exact tournament the following year. And in 2014, Mr. Kiefer here led Ateneo to their 3rd basketball championship in the Uni Games. Aside from all the championships and individual accolades, Mr. Kiefer here also broke a lot of records in the UAP, most especially in college. If I had to mention all of Kiefer's records, his achievements, we'd actually still be recording this video till early tomorrow morning. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. If you check any sports website, this is just too much. I want to mention all of them, but this video is probably gonna become 20 to 30 minutes long if I had to mention it. Seriously. Now, unlike many other journeys that actually happened in Philippine basketball, Kiefer's prestigious college career started on a rocky note with freshman averages of 13 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds, along with shooting only 15% from downtown, where he also won his first UAP title. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, in his sophomore season, he was able to average numbers of 16 points, 3.4 assists, and 5 rebounds, while also doubling his past 3-point percentage of 15 and improving it to 31% in his sophomore season, and he'd also win his 2nd consecutive UAP title. Sadly, his junior season was riddled with injuries, so Kiefer would also average 21 points, 5 assists, and 1.4 steals in his 4th year in Ateneo. Kiefer would leave Ateneo with his senior season averages of 19 points and 4 assists and 5 rebounds. Kiefer would have stints with Mighty Sports and the Texas Legends, the G League affiliate of the Dallas Mavericks, in 2016. Kiefer would play for Alab Pilipinas, well, they weren't really called Alab Pilipinas during that time, in 2017. Kiefer would then be drafted 2nd overall to the NLEX Road Warriors. Then, he would make his debut scoring 18 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds in a victory against Kia Picanto as a NLEX Road Warrior. Kiefer would have rookie average numbers in the PBA of 16 points per game, and he would now average, as of the recording of this video, as he left the last 2020 Philippine Cup with averages of 19 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. And by the way, he left the Philippine Cup with 39% from downtown in the last 2020 Philippine Cup, also becoming the first Pinoy to sign with Jordan brand, and he's actually the second Asian player to sign with Jordan after China's Guo Ailun. Kiefer would ink a 3-year extension with NLEX in September 2020, but an opportunity opened up for him, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was Japan. The Shiga Lake Stars, a B1 team, offered him a contract that Kiefer signed, but unfortunately for Kiefer, he had a prior agreement with NLEX that gave both parties quite a massive confusion. But eventually, with the permission of the PBA, Kiefer could play in Japan with a promise that Kiefer would return to the PBA after the conclusion of this season's B-League season. As of this recording, ladies and gentlemen, Kiefer is currently averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in Japan so far with the Shiga Lake Stars. Now, the reason why his numbers is only 11 points per game, because he's the only player, in my opinion, in Shiga that can properly facilitate an offense. A guy can really make the offense roll, as in roll down smoothly. Because aside from Kiefer, okay, the only other realistic person that can kind of facilitate the offense is really just Rion Shibuta. But the thing is, Rion is not really playing that much minutes, so it's really all on Kiefer. And not only that, he has to be able to share the ball with 3 other imports, with Ovi Soko, the England hooper with averages of 20 points per game. So technically, Ovi is paid to score. And the American big man, Sean O'Mara, so really, you have to dump it down in the paint. And Novar Gatson, who's looking for the best shot possible, just like how KCP looks at it. And sadly, of this recording, Shiga is sitting with a record of 9-17, placing them as the 9th seed in the B1 West standings. And they are the 18th seed, or the 18th best team in the B1, which is just sad, and that's terrible. Now, there's a very, very big reason why Shiga is not the best that they could be. Now, it's not Kiefer's fault, it's not Ovi's fault, it's not Sean O'Mara or Novar Gatson's fault. It's really just the roster construction and the pure chemistry. Because the thing is, with Japan, offenses are very fluid. It's very carefully curated and executed, just like how Europeans are with basketball. They're very organized with plays and everything. And the thing is, with Japan, the more talented players that can be able to develop chemistry, you're gonna win easily. Because bigger teams, okay, like the Kawasaki Brave Thunders with a record of 25-7, you have the Chiba Jets, you have Alvor Tokyo, you have Ryukyu Golden Kings, Shimane, Nagoya Diamond Dolphins, because Bobby was able to integrate himself into the system. And the thing is, not saying that Shiga is not good enough, they can easily make a playoff push. But the thing is, the offense is really just between Ovi and Kiefer. And Kiefer is being unselfish. That's why the offense is running smoothly. So he has to take a hit. He has to sacrifice some points, some offensive opportunities, so his teammates could also get better. Sean O'Mara and Novar Gatson are a bit hard to play with, but they're really good players. But I felt like when I see Sean and Novar Gatson, they tend to get lost out there sometimes. I only really see communication between Kiefer and Ovi most of the time. So honestly, Kiefer only needs just to play a little bit better offensively. But honestly, it's not his fault. It's really just not his fault at all. So that's why he's also averaging 5 assists. So he's being incredibly unselfish. That's what I love about Kiefer. He is the literal intelligent point guard that any and every team will value, because not only you have the offensive talent, but you are so humble and so kind to a point where you don't need to always score 20, 30, 40 points a game in order to show how good you truly are. That's why he's the first ever Filipino Jordan athlete. That's why he's special. That's why he's unique. That's why he's different. That's why he's such an amazing player compared to many Filipinos that we've seen. I'm not dissing any previous legends or Filipinos, but you know, the player mentality, the player skills and IQ of Kiefer only comes around every, I don't know how many years. I haven't seen this phenomenon in a long time. So Kiefer is basically that modern point guard that can easily give you 20, 30 points a game, but he's going to give you the best opportunities. That's why he's an amazing teammate. So he's kind of like a CP3. That's why I call him a comparison to CP3. He's not as good as CP3, but in terms on his shot selections and how he plays like CP3. Not only that he's not one of the tallest on the floor, but you already know, ladies and gentlemen, how smart he is. He is actually one of the smartest players on the floor. So that's what makes Kiefer so special, man. Like, he's a double-headed machine. He can do it all. Lay it up and in, take the physicality, hit mid-range shots incredibly well, shoot way downtown, and can easily set up plays for others. That is a definition of a modern point guard that any and every team would be blessed to have. So that is the story of Mr. Kiefer Ravena, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Hit that like button, make that stuff turn blue, and hit that red subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. God bless, stay safe, take it easy, see y'all next week. Bye bye.